YouTube, y'all gonna be in for a treat. Now make sure y'all like, subscribe. I hope you don't copyright this All Smoke podcast. But this is my boy Terrible On Doesn't Hold Back against fake ass Stephen A. Smith. DJ and the words of Uncle Shay Shay. Y'all ready to drop that track?
Was during the Kaepernick situation where he was trying to come back. There was an incident where him and Max were talking, and you said Max acts a little blacker than you, whatever, and that got the thing going. So what happened from there? What happened?
Even at the clip, like again, you said it resurfaced. It resurfaced because I guess he did an interview with Joe Budden. He explained why he didn't like Max or he didn't like working with Max, and so obviously Max ended up getting fired. Blah 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 blah. So fans took to that interview and they brought up, okay, well, this is why T.O. said what he said. So I kept getting tagged on the video in my phone, like, yo, what's going on? So I saw the comments or what have you, and I haven't backed down from anything. I just said facts and just left it at that. He took offense to that. Then he went on his podcast and said that I posted it, which I didn't. And even in my response to that, and I'm like, genius, I retweeted it.
Let's pause the video before we get copyright. So T.O. breaking down why the beef even started. Sound like Stephen A. Smith was in his feelings, sensitive about the fact. I told Stephen A. Bitch that he should have checked, not only checked T.O., it should have caught a foul one when he pulled that Max is more blacker than you, Stephen A. Should have went out there and whooped his ass on ESPN parking lots. But I digress.
I didn't actually post it. I didn't go out of my way to go bring everything up. It was only a response to that interview that he did with Joe Budden about Max that all the fans, brought it up.
Right.
So he took offense, to that. And so that's where it all resurfaced.
Now, I got a chance to see what he said, went back and watched it. He said something about a lawsuit at ESPN or something.
Right, so
clarity to that?
Right, so I guess there was something going on. I guess we were talking about the Kaepernick situation, and somehow there was a text exchange between me and him.
Between you and Stephen A.
Okay. And he, on air, he mentioned something about the text, which I didn't give him consent to do.
That's one rule. If somebody texts you, or any type of conversation takes you, do not share that on social media or none of that, bro. You just, especially the person you know.
Right, exactly. Right. So I didn't take the honest. I didn't.
So what Stephen A. said about T.O. suing him is true. T.O. is breaking down why he suing him.
Go out of my way to go file a lawsuit. I had an attorney that reached out to me, like, yo, that's not right. It's copyright infringement, something along those lines.
Gotcha. Oh, so someone just reached out to an attorney, came and found you about it.
Yeah.
Said, do you want to pursue action?
This is what happened. Like, he can't do that. So it wasn't really him. It was I looked at ESPN. ESPN has dogged me over the years, mischaracterized me, having people having misunderstandings about who I am. Whether as far as my character is concerned. Everybody's talking about I'm arrogant, I'm selfish. Of course, I've had disagreements with some players, some coaches, but who hasn't?
Right. Now, one question I do, not to cut you off, I don't want you to finish.
Right.
I do remember, but he was one of the best. So before all this shit hit, you guys were cool then, because I remember he used to stand up for you a lot. That was the one thing he used to do back in the day before the shit hit the fan.
I think everybody realized Stephen A. was cool with a lot of things back in the day.
Okay.
But as time has surpassed, a lot of people have a different opinion about who Stephen was then and who he is now.
Stephen A. got that money, so he got that white money. Now he acting all sedity. He ain't the same Stephen A. He don't stand up for what he believe in. He can tell you what the boss is telling him to do. Bingo, amigo.
I'm one of those people. So regardless of that, me and Stephen A., we ain't buddy-buddy. You know what I mean? Whether he talks good or bad about me on his show, whether it's objective or subjective, that's his job.
Okay.
I didn't know Stephen A. prior to me, I guess, our initial meeting. I guarantee he knew about me because of my play before I knew about him. So we're not buddy-buddy at the end of the day. And so again, back to my point. The attorney reached out. He said, this is what we're going to do. He went after ESPN. He submitted the file or the claim to ESPN, and that's how things started. But for him to say and allude or insinuate that it's a money grab or something like that, that's not cool. You know what I mean? To insinuate, oh, I'm broke, this and that and the other, because these are certain things. Like I said, that it's personal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's no secret. I was represented by Drew and Jason Rosenhaus. They referred me to Pro Sports Financial, who was a financial advisor, and Jeff Rubin. It's public knowledge, bro. I got taken advantage of. They stole a lot of my money.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that knows me, I didn't just go blow my money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, do I have the millions that I had back then? Absolutely not. But for him to go on TV and insinuate certain these things that I did X, Y, Z, and I'm desperate, that's not cool, bro.
I'm not nobody's business.
I'm not gonna let that slide. So at the end of the day,
I respect T.O. Comment right there, speaking up for himself. He told the truth. He said, "Listen, bro, do I got the $1 million I had when I was my playing days? I had all that. No, I ain't gonna say a lie to you. If do I still do good for myself? Yes. I'm not looking for a payday like Stephen A. Smith think he just up. He think he up and he just talk down on my brother. Like he try to talk about Kwame Brown, try to talk about all these brothers. Stephen A. Smith, shut the F up. And then he try to be pro-black, talk about the white people and say this ridiculous shit about Stephen A. It was a white hire. Stephen A. hired because he was white. Just these be saying the stupidest shit of it. Stephen A. Smith, he be trying to make up. When he said about Stephen A. been high, like he's trying to make up for the comment when T.O. said about Max more black than him.
And I told him, I told him, yo, keep that same energy. You're gonna call me a sorry ass and I'm pathetic, things like that. I'm trifling. If I ever come across him, keep that same energy. It's not a threat, but you're not gonna use that platform to downgrade me as a person and what I've accomplished for your benefit, because you have a platform to do that. And then talk about and bring up all these top name people or high qualified, I guess in his name, to demean me. He mentioned the Donovan McNabb, the Brian Dawkins, the Primes, you know what I mean? Shannon Sharp, you know, talking about GMs and players, talking about don't go after him like that. What have I ever done? Then holding up papers in his podcast like he got something on me. That he's gonna expose me. Expose me for what? I urge him to. I give him permission to expose me because I've never done anything. You don't have anything on me. You got the world looking at me crazy like you got something on me. So if you do, please let it be known.
Yeah, the one thing I will say about athletes is we don't really have too many skeletons. Like all of our shit is front. All of our shit is front and center. So I get what you're saying with that. So, I mean, is there anything else you kind of want to? Like I said, I want to make sure you get that out or anything else off your chest when it comes to that?
No, I mean, again, I appreciate the platform because, like I said, he had the opportunity to sit in front of his audience, his millions of subscribers. You know, like you said, his soliloquy, to share his thoughts with all the hearers or whatever the case may be. But for me, I wanted to share that with everybody to give them some context as to what he's saying is not accurate, it's not totally true. For him to try to build me up and then bash me and attack my character, that's not going to fly with me. I want the same platform, like I said, to sit down and really share my story and let everybody know, like, yo, he's not who we think he is. And Stephen A., he's walking around like just because ESPN has padded his pockets with the millions, he's walking around like he's up, like he's an athlete, like he got that kind of cachet. And then, like I said, mentioning guys that obviously I think highly of, talking about Deion and Shannon and these guys I come across with, you know, on a regular. You know what I mean? That's not cool to be name dropping. You know what I mean? Because now I'm around these guys and I'm like, okay, well, how do they really feel about me? You know what I mean? How do they think about me? You know what I mean? So that's where I am with it. You know what I mean? So as he said in this podcast, we don't ever have to speak again.
Okay.
Never, ever. But make no mistake about it, I don't try to be no badass, no nothing, bro. Anybody know me, I'm easygoing, I'm cool. I've kept my nose clean because I was raised the right way, bro. Right. But you're not finna sit up here and try to bash me or attack my character in front of millions and sit on ESPN with your compadres or what have you and act like you bad and you this and that and the other. That's not gonna fly with me. But like I told him, keep that same energy. And I'm like I said, I'm not condoning no violence, but you're not finna disrespect me. You know what I mean? Because
T.O. on All the Smoke podcast, and he want all the smoke with Stephen A. Smith. If you keep that same energy when he see him, he got some smoke for him. Tell me what y'all think. Drop comments below. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.